Hi everyone, welcome to my review of Tim Burton's Mars Attacks from 1996. So yes, back again and finally once again here to discuss a Tim Burton film, and I say that because it's been a while. The bulk of my kind of Tim Burton reviews that I've currently, of course, got up on the channel was back in 2018. So way back then when I kind of the first kind of year of my channel, obviously. So yes, since then, of course, I've done a kind of a ranking video that did feature a Tim Burton film, in that ranking. Other than that, really, I've not really discussed, Tim Burton film, and obviously, I did say recently that I watched a few, and of course, this is one of them that I watched. This being my first watch, so yeah, very interesting experience, and obviously, spoilers alert if you haven't seen this film. I'd simply say watch the film first and then come back to this review. Of course, there will be kind of plot points, discussed in this. So yes, with that said, very interesting film. All I knew about this, kind of going in, was just the kind of the general cast members, of course. Jack Nicholson being one of them. Michael J. Fox. It's got quite a big cast, and some actors, of course. I was surprised because perhaps I didn't know they were in this film. Tom Jones is in the film, and he plays himself, and that was a nice surprise. But yeah, some great cast members here. Some of my favourite actors, Pierce Brosnan as well, being in this film, and I knew that Danny Elfman, of course, provided the score to this film, and that's about it really. I didn't really know too much about this. I knew it was an alien invasion film in some way, but that's about it. This is kind of described as a cult film, really at best, and it's not really too popular. So yeah, it was kind of interesting to see this film, and kind of to see what I thought of the film, and of course the basic plot, being, yes, these aliens, come from Mars, this army of aliens, of course, to Earth, and the initial the intentions is believed to be peaceful, from these aliens, of course, and all unfolds from there. When they land, of course, they start killing people and destroying cities and all this kind of stuff. And basically, really, this is a parody of many different alien invasion films, and it's very interesting to see. And Tim Burton's kind of take on this, and just a very campy, wacky film here, and sci-fi, of course, adventure film at times, and just full of characters. Kind of an ensemble piece here, with many different threads going throughout the film. The characters, it's very patient, kind of gradual build-up, of these characters. Many different characters, of course. Pam Grier in this film, playing one shot's character, who is focused on quite a bit, and we have all across these different locations, many different characters. Obviously, Jack Black as well, and he's very enjoyable in this film. We also have, of course, the Professor being played by Pierce Brosnan. Of course, we have the US President played by Jack Nicholson, and obviously, as well, he plays this other kind of wacky character, Art Land, and very strange to see, but very entertaining. But yes, what did I think of this film? What were my kind of overall thoughts of this? I just simply wanted to kind of log my thoughts. Again, a very short review compared to perhaps my other reviews that I usually do. But yes, what did I think of this? Again, a cult following, this one. Overall, not popular at all, and usually placed near the bottom, of the kind of Tim Burton ranking. Well, my personal opinion is it's a very good film, actually. Very enjoyable. Such a charming film, and just very kind of feel good, uplifting experience, and very effective. In my opinion, parody of kind of alien invasion films, and just in general, a sci-fi parody. It is a very effective one. One that I actually did care about the characters. Quite a bit, and really just such an enjoyable film, in the kind of way in which the aliens, attack, obviously Earth, and just the way in which we see these kind of interesting characters, very charming characters, built up, and then of course they're put into this kind of this situation, this disaster film, of course, ensues. But yes, we have so much kind of quirkiness to this film as well, some surreal elements, obviously a Tim Burton film, so we have this kind of unique feeling, and it's just so enjoyable to see the way in which these aliens actually attack Earth. It's just so funny and just really very, very charming as well. And obviously we have obviously it was meant to be kind of stop motion animation used in this film, but because of budget kind of limitations, they opted for CGI, and I think it's a very enjoyable use of CGI. The kind of blend of CGI, great practical effects as well. The sets in this film, obviously Tim Burton, he usually produces films where the sets are just amazing, and once again here, no exception. Great to see these colourful sets, and just a great use of practical effects. The CGI is great as well. To kind of see in the way it's used, the aliens, very charming, and just very, I love the simplistic nature at times, of these aliens, and just the kind of it's used in a comedy way as well. For example, when they're kind of all going out and getting their guns, of course, and getting ready to kind of attack, of course, and it's just these moments here, that I really respond to, the comedy in this film, and the visuals throughout are very, very impressive, and just really nice and colourful, and also obviously dark moments in the film, but really it's a very uplifting experience, and obviously a disaster film, and we get these characters that are so compelling at times, some of these characters, and I love seeing them in the end team up as well. The final act is just such a kind of enjoyable, kind of warm, kind of experience of teaming up different characters, of course, coming together, and seeing them all kind of trying to defend themselves, and of course escaping these aliens. And obviously you have Danny DeVito, that's one of the characters I really, the character he played that was just so enjoyable, obviously as well. And Jim Brown playing Byron in the film, one of my favourite characters. It's just so enjoyable to see, and I love the kind of relationship. Obviously Louise, played by Pam Grier. We have this kind of phone call, exchanged, of course, throughout the film, and obviously we have him in the end. Kind of the final shots. One of the final shots is him kind of appearing. Kind of finally getting back, to Louise, and of course the kids as well, and just a really epic and really lovely moment, closing that particular arc in the film. But yes, various different characters, in the final act, banding together, obviously as well. Tom Jones being one of them, and just great to see Tom Jones playing himself in this, of course. And it's not unusual, the song playing, just a great use of that song. Loved it, and just so charming, this so wacky, and just really Tim Burton here. I just love seeing him just kind of committing to this, but really just having fun with this, kind of all out, wacky parody of an alien invasion film. And again, not a film that is too popular. I really like this film, though personally. I think it's a very impressive film, its visuals. The script is very effective at times, and kind of what it's doing, and the characters, as I say, very commendable characters, very enjoyable characters, and just so many in this film. One of the things, though, I think it would have been better, for example, if some of the characters were not killed off early on, and for example, Jack Black, the one he played, would have been great to see, for example, him in the final act of the film, kind of with different characters, and to see the interactions. I just think on the potential of as well, for example, Michael J. Fox, Jason Stone, the character he played, went out of the film really fairly early on, and it would have been great to see, for example, him as well, teaming up with these different characters in the end. And for example, just thinking on the dynamics between these different characters, actors, of course, would have been great to see. Again, it's great to see those that do make it to the final act, but again, I think some slightly wasted potential there. I would have loved to see various characters who were unfortunately killed off very quickly early on. I would have thought to see them later on in the film, and especially in the final act, that would have been great. But yeah, very good film overall. Such a kind of a warm, fuzzy film, this, and really well directed. I feel the tone of this is very, very You could say, it's a blend of different tones, and even styles. But I would say it's just, yes, a very wacky film. Sometimes it's a bit darker. Other times it really is kind of full on, wacky, kind of campy experience. And I think for what Tim Burton wanted to do with this, kind of create this parody, this surreal parody of this kind of type of genre here, this type of disaster film, if you will. I think a hats off, because a very effective one, actually. And I just think I loved various characters in this, for different moments in the film, and sequences in this that are just so kind of epic and so cool to see. And again, I love the kind of the visuals to the film, at times, the CGI, and of course the blending with that. Of the CGI, with the practical effects, it's great, and just really, really colourful film, very vibrant, and yes, really patient though. That's the thing that really elevates this film. Is the patient feeling of the build-up of these characters, and how many of them, at least, some of them don't, but many of them make it, into the kind of final act, and we see this really enjoyable kind of final act play out, and just great to see, very unique ending as well, with some of the different threads, but many satisfying kind of conclusions to these different arcs of these characters. For example, with Byron and Louise, and it's just great to see some of the characters, as I say. Would have been great to see them, make it further in the film. But that's just one of my main issues of the film. Some of that. But really, overall, very enjoyable film. A very good film. It's not one of my absolute favourite Tim Burton films, but it's a one that I really, really like. And actually, I put this above quite a few Tim Burton films, actually, and one that I personally defend. I think it's very enjoyable. Great editing at times. Kind of balancing out these different threads, and just to see the aliens, the progression, of course, with them coming to Earth, and then of course what happens from there. It's just a great kind of flow this film it has, and very enjoyable. Obviously very wacky, and a film that perhaps is not a masterpiece within Tim Burton's kind of filmography, but it really is so enjoyable, and I had a great time with this. A very good film, and yes, I personally defend this. I think it's just a charming film, one that is very well made, and has a lot of different interesting kind of takes, in a kind of in a comedy way on these different films, disaster films, alien invasion films, and just the sci-fi genre. Very nice to see, and very uplifting once again. And yes, my final rating for this film is actually very, very high. For me, an 81%. Yes, I really like this film. In fact, at times I loved it. I think just such an enjoyable film. This, the characters, kind of the use of location as well. Just the way in which these characters are introduced, and this kind of universe, this surreal, wacky universe, is kind of portrayed. Pierce Brosnan in the film was great. So enjoyable here, and just very campy character he played as well. This professor, and just Jack Nicholson. Delightful to see in his two roles here, of course. Just great to see Art Land, of course, and the US President, and Sarah Jessica Parker as well, Michael J. Fox, Glenn Close. So many different actors here. Obviously Pam Grier, we've mentioned. She was one of my favourites in the film, and yes, playing Louise, and just so many different characters. Jack Black, I would have liked to see more of him personally, and as well Michael J. Fox. I think if he had made it into the kind of final act, that would have been great. But so many different characters that it's kind of, again, I can't really be too disappointed with that, because it's what we do get in the last kind of 40 minutes or so, even so many different characters that I got behind, and just in such an enjoyable kind of final act. The interactions is one of the things that really makes this film, and how we kind of introduce these characters individually at first, and then we see how things go from there, and put in this kind of situation, being a disaster film, but a parody of this kind of genre. It's a very, very interesting mix, very unique film, very stylistic here. Once again, Tim Burton, created a unique film, and one that I really, really like. I think, again, This film may not be, one that many respond to, but I really did. I can't deny that. I think I had a really good time with this, and just a very, very uplifting film, wacky, but really effective film. I think I was getting so much from this, and connecting to many different characters and all the different kind of epic moments as well in the film, and just very, very nice to see. Tim Burton's kind of take, on a parody of these films, and very, very interesting as well. For its visuals, the CGI and just the practical effects as well. Obviously, the sets in this film are great to see, and once again, Danny Elfman providing a very, very epic score here, and just a very, very pleasing film. But yes, it'd be very interesting to hear your thoughts on this film, and just in general, Tim Burton films. We can talk on this genius filmmaker, and we can kind of discuss many of his films if you want. And yes, specifically though, what do you think of this film? It'd be very, very interesting to hear, and because it's a very unique film, as well, and just a great experience, for me. And I really, really like this film, and it'd be great to hear what you think of the film. So yes, wrapping up, it's been great, and I look forward to seeing this again. Of course, that'd be great, and I look forward to my next watch of this. And yes, as always, take care, and thanks for watching.